Have you ever really thought about economics and capitalism? Let me ask, did you brush your teeth this morning? Did you comb your hair? Are you wearing clothes that fit your style and personality? I bet you've texted a friend lately, rode in a car, turned on a light, watched TV, or ate something. Did you realize all these activities are in some form a result of capitalism and the private industry? It's the freedom to turn an idea into reality. Think about the internet, Facebook, Google, Apple, or medical advances like X-ray and anesthesia. Try having a tooth pulled without that. What about ovens, washing machines, ATM, air travel, even socks? Almost every product you see, hear, taste, smell, or touch was first created by thought, and then by the ability of a free market was created and manufactured so that you and I and everyone else could enjoy them. Here's another angle. Did you know that the best way to increase tax revenue could be to lower taxes? Sounds backwards, doesn't it? Let's break it down to its simplest form.
Say you own a bakery and you are a great baker. Everyone agrees that you bake wonderful pastries and cakes. Word gets out and your sales increase and start to go through the roof, but you can't keep up with the increased demand and volume of customers. You need more employees, and so you hire more people. Your new employees are happy and your customers are happy and you are very happy. You are doing so well that you open another bakery and hire more employees to staff it. As a result, you've increased even more the income taxes being paid by and for your employees and more sales taxes being generated and collected, which provides for essential government functions. But what if the government says they must increase the taxes on people making more than X amount of dollars? Your business makes more than X number of dollars, but out of that X number you pay rent and the power and water bills. You also have to pay for the furniture and the cash register, the ingredients for the pastries, advertising and insurance, the salaries for your employees, and dozens of other expenses. That only leaves a little bit of X left for you. Now you must let some of your employees go, and the government no longer receives the taxes from those unemployed ex-employees. Because of the extra tax burden and fewer employees, you can no longer keep up with the demand from your customers and you sell fewer pastries, which means less sales tax generated. This not only affects your bakery, but the cleaners and the gas station and the grocery store, the small business person and the large corporations, and not just in your own town, but all across the country. Higher taxes equals fewer jobs. Lower taxes means companies and businesses can hire more, which in turn generates more money in the form of taxes for the government. We need to understand that government's role is not to create prosperity. Government's role is to allow prosperity. And we won't even go into the consequences of the negative tax or burden placed upon the economy when people become unemployed and have to be paid unemployment compensation.
Let's compare the economy to a plant. Some feel the economy is finite and limited, meaning that only so many dollars can be earned. It's kind of like saying that a plant can only produce 30 leaves, and when it reaches its 30th leaf, there are no more leaves left in it. We all know that plants, if given light, water, and proper nourishment, are capable of producing an overabundance of leaves and growth. But burdensome government regulations and heavy taxation deplete our plant from the nutrients it needs to survive. Through proper nourishment, that is, the opportunity of a free market system, our little tree can become a mighty oak. Now, I'd like to spend a minute talking about natural and productive redistribution of wealth. The economist Milton Friedman explained there are three things the wealthy usually do with their money. Just like you and I, they either spend it, invest it, or save it. In a nutshell, when they spend it, the money goes into the marketplace, purchasing homes, cars, food, jewelry, art, vacations, and so on. All of these purchases help to create jobs and to build a strong economy. When they invest it, the money goes into building more businesses, which in turn provides more jobs. The wealthy also fund things like hospitals, universities, and scholarships. When it's saved, It gives banks the money needed to lend out for other people to buy homes, cars, pay for college, start their own businesses, or 100 different other things. It would be counterproductive to increasingly place higher tax burdens on the wealthy for these specific reasons.
Consider this. If the wealthy have less income due to higher taxes, as I've explained, the government has less tax revenue. Where then would the government get funds to pay for the services they provide? There is no other place for the government to get money. We the citizens are it. When our well is dry, so is the government's. I'd like to share with you a couple of examples of how some people want to change certain things about our country. For example, say a band you really love comes to town to put on a concert. You save to buy a ticket. The money generated from the purchase of the ticket is what pays for the concert. It pays for the venue, the electricity, and for the band itself. But suppose many people rush into the concert without paying for it. What do you think will happen if most people won't pay? Here's another example. You have a job at which you work very hard. You get there on time every day. You take on extra work. You prove yourself to be dependable, hardworking, maybe even management material. You have a coworker who does just enough to get by. He shows up late half the time, is always texting his friends, and takes off a lot, leaving you to cover for him. But you bust it to get noticed. Then it finally happens. You get promoted. But because you cover for your coworker, he gets promoted as well, and you have to share your raise with him. How would that make you feel? This is a negative form of redistribution. Great for your coworker, not so great for you.
We are beginning to see something called entitlement mentality, which is where people are told they don't have it so good, others have it better, and they deserve the same thing without any effort on their part. They can have the same thing, but the best way to have what somebody else has is to go out and earn it or create it. This country has all the essential ingredients necessary to make your dreams come true. Although we don't have fairy godmothers who use magic wands to turn our pumpkins into coaches, we can make that golden coach through hard work, drive, and desire. The United States of America is a great nation because we are a compilation of every other culture and people. For 200 plus years, millions of people from around the world have come here to better themselves, their families, and their situations. Why would so many people want to come to our country? For freedom. It's not that the US is inherently better than other countries, but few countries from around the world offer the freedom and opportunities this country affords. We welcome people here through a legal system that benefits everyone. Think about this. Really ponder this. Anyone who puts forth the effort, time, and dedication can be anything they want to be. A business owner, a Supreme Court justice, or even president. This is the land of opportunity. But in this land, opportunity is dwindling. Too many people are rushing into the concert without paying. And soon, we won't have concerts anymore. The music may soon stop.